What's good? What's good? Kano Day is live. Almost sneezed. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm gonna link this to my Discord. Give me a second. Your boy's gotta link it. Hope everyone's doing well. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section. If you're wondering what Kano Day is, I have a couple topics I'm covering for my boy Kano. And then I'll do Q&A after. Specifically, purchased ones take priority. If you want to purchase, you can hit the Cashapp that I linked, or you can purchase through YouTube. But yeah, we're about to begin Kano Day with these two matchups. Well, I'm not explaining it correctly. My bad. What I meant to say was Kano Day. First will be Sindel from Mortal Kombat versus Freya from God of War versus Wonder Woman. That was his first request. After that, Kano's a member of the Discord. After that, we will be talking about the Matrix Cosmology, which I'm actually super excited for. And then I'll do the Q&A after that. Like I said, if you purchase Q&As and whatever, those will be prioritized first, but I will also read free ones. But anyways, we're going to start off with Kano Day. Now, Sindel, who is that? Sindel obviously is a character from Mortal Kombat who pretty much got robbed of the sauce and tries to make a comeback, but unfortunately gets boloed a lot of times, spending time as a zombie. Now, in terms of best feats, at one point in the story, she was able to somewhat damage Raiden, who obviously, even on the low end, scales above stuff like the Big Bang, but he also scales above time and space through the lore. So you can make higher arguments for her there. She does use some magics, elemental stuff, and abilities as well, but primarily she's known for her martial arts combat, as obviously that verse is based around that. And then you have Freya from God of War, obviously modeled after the mythology. She is capable of old magic that is quite potent, at least enough to be somewhat of a threat to Kratos and other characters of his tier who can battle beings beyond time and space. So you can scale her 4D, 5D, depending on how you want to look at the magic. And then you have Wonder Woman, the queen of comics. I mean, the goat of women in comics. Like, can we be real? That's a fact. That's just a fact. And she's a beast. Oftentimes being able to scale to even the likes of Dark Supergirl, who could do what she wanted against the likes of Flash, Martian Manhunter, Lantern, Amped Lex Luthor, stuff like that. Quite a problem, especially in the newer ones when she literally resisted the will of the presence, and is one of the three archetypal figures in comics, and they kind of really play up on that. Like, they are not shy about letting it be known they heavily favor amping her, and she's even been able to stand up and go toe-to-toe against avatars of the Great Darkness. So overall, I would definitely say she's a monster. So if these three were to clash, how do I see it going? First to get dropped is Sindel. Sindel gets fucking obliterated. I'm sorry. I don't believe she has as solid of scaling as either of the other two. And as a result, just off stats alone, she's probably just getting ran down on. So yeah, that's a problem for her. I don't see it going well. I see her getting washed. Freya, unfortunately, squaring up with Wonder Woman, that bitch is going to get beat up. I'm sorry. Wonder Woman's hands are like that. she scales way too high. I see both of them getting cleared by Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman would run that shit. So if you were to ask me who wins the three-way battle, Wonder Woman. So moving on from there for the second battle before the Q&A, we have the Matrix Cosmology. Now, this is one that can be quite interesting, and I want to hear the comments' perspectives on it, because I think it's pretty dope. So the Matrix Cosmology, not quite sure how many people know, but a lot of the things and elements in the story kind of center around the Matrix being this almost like Christian mythology, mythos slash Christian hierarchy based system where there's a Christ-like figure, even Zion, like the city of hope. There's like fallen angel archetypes, things like this. So the reason this is interesting is the Matrix is a system that composes of all the things that make up our perceived reality. This would include planets, stars, galaxies, and the solar systems, everything, the universe even, right? Let's say string theory, one of the human theories is real. That would be a part of it. The afterlife, that would be a part of it. What we perceive as that. All of these things, all the religions, the cosmologies, all those things that humans have composed over time, those are all aspects within the Matrix. You then have the Matrix, and then outside of the Matrix, where you can quite literally awaken and whatnot, there is just a lot of symbolism for almost this insane hierarchy that's stuck within another hierarchy. The Matrix cosmology can be easily stated to be like just within the Matrix alone, with obviously things existing outside of it because there are people and machines that created the Matrix. The Matrix itself could be easily scaled to outer to high outer. If you want to consider that like the religions and pantheons and mythologies and all that composed within the ideas of man and humankind, if they are actualized within the Matrix, yeah, those concepts like Buddhism, all these things, these religions, these myths that have scaling to that extreme degree, all of that would be composed within the Matrix. And then there's things outside of the Matrix. So yeah, I think one of the funniest things about the Matrix cosmology, no one really thinks of it in that nature, but technically, the Matrix itself, the cosmology within it, could be scaled to high outer, given that it's based on what the humans inside conceptualize and make up in reality, which would include their religions, their mythologies, their beliefs, all these things. So yeah, the Matrix cosmology actually could be scaled to high outer. If you were going to absolutely lowball the shit out of it, we know it's at least like universes within the Matrix, and then there's existences outside of it. So you can judge it that way as like universal plus the multi. But yeah, that's kind of the range of Kano Day. Those are the topics that he wanted done. Shout out to Big Kano. Alright, let's see. Alright. So now we can move on to the Q&A portion of this live stream, which I'm personally excited to get to. What questions y'all got for me? Let me check the live chat. Like I said, purchased chats will get prioritized, but I'll also read other ones. Alright, shout out to the donation from Spartan. Naruto versus Meliodas. This is a good question. One worthy of asking my boy Thunder, who's also a YouTuber. I'll be collabing with him soon on Yusuke versus Meliodas. I'm not as familiar with Meliodas, but I could probably pull it up. Let me see. I'm not as sure on Meliodas scaling, so I'm gonna go Naruto for now. But if I see some wild shit from Meliodas, I will hold the right to kind of like alter my perspective, so to speak. And by the way, if you hit the Cashapp, make sure you comment on the live chat. Oh shit, we got a couple more donations. The One Piece server is $50 to join because I read 2.7 billion chapters of One Piece, so all the stuff I'm putting in there, it's gonna be like worth it. So it's $50 to get in, but you get access to all the shit in there as well as talking to me about it. Inside looks at all the videos, all the scaling, everything. Naruto versus Meliodas just did that. Jump Force Goku. Shout out to Spartan again for the donation. Jump Force Goku versus Archie Sonic. I heard Archie Sonic absolutely gets crazy in the comics. I'll probably look into the wild fucking scaling for Sonic at some point. So I'm gonna go with that. But obviously Jump Force Goku would be outer. So he's broken as fuck too. Shout out to Stop Talking for the donation. Karn the Betrayer versus Cosmic Ghost Rider. Wow, that's a dope question. So Karn, obviously being one of the proud avatars of Korn, brings the violence for the Blood God. He's a character that's literally fought like solar system sized beings and such. Can split reality, tear reality open with just a swipe of his blade. Absolutely broken, as well as his god will like help him fight if it's perceived that he's not getting a fair battle. He's basically like the 1v1 GOAT. Cosmic Ghost Rider, on the other hand, is obviously Frank Castle in the future. Someone who is given the power of not only the Ghost Rider, but also some of Galactus' power as a herald, so the power cosmic. Being able to stand up to the likes of future Thanos and survive shit that characters like Galactus can't and whatnot. He is pretty broken, as well as chains made from the bones of Sidorak. Cosmic Ghost Rider probably should take it on paper, but he's also has potential to job because he kind of goose around, and doing that against the Betrayer is like crazy. Hope you're having a good day as well. What do you think is an annoying power to fight against? That's a good question. Shout out to Muse. So I think like an annoying power to get around and deal with in terms of like whether I'm evaluating a battle or like going over reviewing, scaling and stuff, certain abilities are either rare or like hardly addressed. They're like pretty particular. For example, conceptual hacks. There's abilities like being beyond causality and what that would entail. Fictional transcendence can be annoying, very annoying to evaluate. I'd say that. The ability to use fictional transcendence. Do I think Jump Force Goku can beat Cosmic Armor Superman? Probably not. I don't see that being a particularly good affair. Gojo's various hacks for you. Shout out to Dan. Yeah, Gojo can be an annoying character to have to evaluate. I will agree with that. Narrative manipulation as well. Narrative manipulation, oh my god, that could be. You want to talk about trials and tribulations, that could be an absolute nightmare. Shout out to Kano Day, by the way. If you want to go see those two topics I covered early on in the stream, you can always rewind it. Shout out to Spartan with another donation. The GOAT Spartan coming through again. If the JLA Dark ended up on Solo Time, could they do what the Dragon Board did and find and defeat Mirak? Ooh! Justice League Dark on that plane of existence, first of all, given that level of existence itself is like outer to high outer, this would be like if they decided, okay, we're gonna take a trip beyond the Godsphere. Like, let's take Godsphere and beyond. Let's see if we can have a party there, right? Like, let's get crazy with it. If they were to do that shit, I would be honestly shocked if they could defeat Mirak, given how well he like scales to the Dragonborn. I would actually say they probably majority of them get waxed, except for like Constantine would do okay if given time, but I don't think he could just outright take down Mirak. Mirak will step like Mirak's a fucking brawler. That'd be a problem. Shang-Chi versus Zero Hanma. I got Shang-Chi fucking him up. Shang-Chi for the win! Shang-Chi would put the hands on that boy. It'd be bad. Shang-Chi would unfortunately get mauled. Or maul him. Yujiro just doesn't have the scaling. And Shang is the better martial artist. Sorry to say it. You heard it here first. You absolutely heard it here first. Shout out to Stop Talking. Azek Ariman versus Mirak. I'm going to have to double check who that is. Azek Ariman. $40K, okay. Ariman. Chaos Space Marine. Okay. Well, first of all, Chaos Space Marines are fucking crazy when regular Space Marines and like even Inquisitors and shit, like they get fucking nervous around them. He's the greatest sorcerer they have ever produced. Hold on, I'm reading about him right now. I'm interested in this. Okay, so he's a beast. Okay. Alright, let me return to the question. Mirak probably takes him. Mirak probably just unfortunately outscales him, but that's a dope battle. That's a fucking dope battle, man. You got a ton of 40k matchups? I feel that. Who jobs more, Silver Surfer or the Flash? Probably the Flash. If every argument you get into with a Flash man starts with he was holding back, he's one of the jobber goats like that. I'm sorry. Zenith for Dormammu. Most versions of Dormammu probably lose. You don't have to pay for questions, but paid questions absolutely priority. Angron versus Angron, the angriest fucking Marine to ever exist. He would just... I'm gonna tell you right now, the funniest thing about that battle is it's not gonna be a battle for long. And what I mean by that is Angron is such an embodiment of the movement Atrocitus is trying to make that he's joining the Red Lantern Corps. Angron will be fucking unstoppable as a Red Lantern. Bro is mad at everything. Ashura versus Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn with lore probably takes him, but I think most people would feel Ashura clears that. Angron be mad as a bitch, man. Angron's a funny character. You called Recreator mid online, now Altair wants to put you on a t-shirt. What team of 3 characters do you build to defeat her? Shout out to Spartan for the donation. Alright, Altair heard I called her shit trash. Who's my trio to protect me? That's a dope fucking question. I think the first character I would probably bring to help protect me... Fuck. You have to deal with, like, her infinite abilities constantly spawning, her frictional transcendence, all that. She's so broken. Oh my god. Okay. This is tough. Don't quite know how... Probably... The Crimson King from Stephen King, coupled. Shit. Alright, so probably adding to the team besides Crimson King. Bobobo. He might do some shit. Alright, Bobobo might save me. And probably Lucifer. Sorry about that if the stream wavered for a second. Altair is broken from recreators, man. Her scaling gets stupid. Her scaling is absolutely disgusting. I have a question for everyone. What should I drop today? Fixing Fiction Naruto Part 1, The Cosmology? Or Legion vs. Franklin Richards? Or both? How would Ash Williams' plot armor help against Pinhead? Yeah, he pretty much does have a plot armor called, like, Hero's Luck or whatever. It would be tough, but I do think, like, especially in the higher ends Pinhead scaling within the comics, I think he probably beats the shit out of Ash, unfortunately. Zenith vs. Shumagora. Shout out to Stop Talking for the donation. Ooh, that's interesting. If he kills Schumer, right? Big T kills him. Unfortunately, he would probably turn into Shuma. So you could say Shuma wins, technically. Technically. Franklin Richards vs. Legion is a wild battle. Alright. Someone just sent me, shout out to Daniel for sending me a donation for King Thor versus Doomsday on the Cashapp. Alright, so King Thor, obviously, his power has matured and he's like well beyond the typical power of standard Thor. We saw that, like, for example, when Galactus fell upon King Thor's area, he was like, damn, that he was ready to just one-shot Galactus, and then it did explain that he could just, like, jack the power cosmic if he wanted to. So King Thor should scale 2 and above the power cosmic at that point, which is strong enough to, like, threaten when used by Iron Man to, like, kind of worry some of the abstracts, including Oblivion, in terms of if they were to get into a scrap. So King Thor does have some pretty crazy scaling. But on the other hand, Doomsday, obviously, we would be including the Hunter Prey Doomsday storyline, where essentially he came back after his fight with Superman, with the first fight having Superman dub him the strongest character he's ever faced, which would include Darkseid. Return Doomsday also, like, pulled up on the likes of Apocalypse and actually put down Darkseid, who should at bare minimum beat Outer at that point. Even if you argue that was true form, obviously there's stronger versions of true form later. Probably isn't, but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. So we will say that was like a dark side that's at least outer. On top of this, Superman alone couldn't even fight him at that point. He needed basically an amp from a mother box, as well as outside help to help him deal with Doomsday. So if King Thor was to face Doomsday, who would win? This battle is fucking crazy. I actually feel like they would go back and forth for a bit. This is not an easy battle for either side. King Thor, would his power be unique enough to be able to kill Doomsday? Not quite sold on that. I'm not quite sold he would actually put down Doomsday. I would say I probably lean Doomsday high difficulty. Extremely high difficulty. I mean, Franklin Richards versus Legion is going to be dope content for the sole fact that I'm going super in depth with both. Like, I have a few people in my modern Marvel, DC, and stuff scaling server, and they've seen my Legion section. It's crazy. And the Franklin section I'm starting with, and I'll have moved everything into it soon, it's going to be crazy too. Virgil versus Sessahamaru. Virgil with scaling to like multi, even complex multi for Devil May Cry, scaling based off some of the games and stuff, as well as scaling the characters, bare minimum beyond time and space. You could get to like 5D in that range. You could do the same for Sessahamaru, given that he would scale above realms created that could contain like realities within it and reflections of realities. I would probably favor Virgil high diff, but Sessahamaru's a beast. Darth Sidious at his most overpowered versus any form of Doctor Doom. I'm going to assume that question's more so like, could peak Sidious be a threat to Doom? Yes and no. When he initially attacks, he could probably be problematic, but he's someone that would be pretty easy for Doom to figure out, and that's ultimately what's the problem. Yeah, Franklin Richards versus Legion is going to be an absolute bop. What do I think a good matchup for Iron Man would be? I would say oh my god, what's his name? The fucking smart guy. Mr. Shit, what's his name? He's like a ripoff of Superman, but he's a genius. God damn it, I gotta find it. Hold on. I know I have a section on him. Oh my god, his name's escaping me. I can't. Majestic. That'd be a dope matchup. Majestic versus Iron Man. What did Dan say? While y'all are here, mind go liking Splash's anime protagonist list. Oh yeah, facts. That was a fire list. Could you catch a mud crab in a master ball? Fuck no. Mud crabs from Elder Scrolls are way too OP. That's the unfortunate truth. Make sure y'all join my Discord server, because I'm going to hang out in VC after this stream in my server and talk to fans while I finish my Franklin section. talk to fan subs and server members. Do you guys need a link? Comment down below if you need a link. Yu-Gi-Oh! Scaling's dope. I have a lot of fun doing tier lists, honestly. If y'all want a tier list done, by the way, and I do them pretty fast, it's $1 a character. Star Wars and anime protagonists are the most recent. Yeah, like Dante from DMC with his best scaling could be problematic for characters like Donald Blake, Thor, and stuff. So yeah, I would say so. But yo, guys, I'm about to go hang out in my server while I work on my Franklin Richards shit. If you want to come hang out in VC, simply join the server. It's in my recent video descriptions and stuff. But thank you guys for tuning in. I might go live again today. Not quite sure. But appreciate y'all, man. Thanks to everyone who donated. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.